What's up, guys? So what we have today is an Alice radio pack. Now, initially I made a video because I was really excited about this purchase, and the thing is, I was what I thought I was purchasing was a medium woodland Alice in rough shape. And I thought to myself, for a decent price, I thought I would purchase it. But upon arrival, I realized that this was different than a medium Alice. And in this video, will kind of showcase the main differences. I will also link a couple of other videos, 2 or 3 other videos that I found on YouTube. So you can kind of get an idea of the variations of packs out there, because I ended up rewatching those videos and realized that my pack is different than theirs. So there are different versions of this radio pack out there. And ultimately, I'm just going to say it. I don't really like this pack, and I'll show you why in a second. Let's get the pros out the way first. The pack is spotless, absolutely brand new. And I paid less than what I paid for my medium woodland Alice, which was damaged as well. But the thing is, at first I thought, well, who cares? I can just use this as a medium Alice. The problem with this pack is that I believe it's smaller than a medium Alice. Now, I tried measuring it, and, the measurements of, say, the sleeve, the padded sleeve, seem to be pretty much the same. This is maybe a little bit shorter versus slightly longer here, slightly taller, I'd say. But, it's pretty much the same. The length seemed to be the same, about 50 centimeters. But then when I put it on a frame, look what happens here. Now, with the woodland medium Alice next to it, right away you can tell that there's a bit of a difference. And the best way to showcase the main difference is look where the standard medium woodland Alice, look at where the pack ends compared to the frame. It's almost flush with the frame. And as you can see, now I've just got a massive sleeping bag in it, so it's kind of ballooning out a little bit, so it's bending the frame, a little bit, but not to a point where it makes a difference. Whereas on this frame, on this pack, and one last thing I forget to mention, I attached the standard straps through the last eyelet present, the one closest to the kidney pad. And, it works perfectly fine. Whereas when I tried that with the radio pack, I really had to crank it so hard, and I was left with very little slack to secure and to the buckle, and it just, see that bending of the frame? Now that's already not very ergonomic at all. And, by putting it down here, it would just increase the problem, it would just bend it even more so. So I thought about moving it up a little, 3 slots to be exact, and still, look at that. So this is definitely, I definitely can't run the Italian frame on this pack, because it's just unpractical. And as soon as you put, you know, a little bit of weight in it, a little bit of something in it, it just it doesn't work, guys. And compared to the frame, look at the difference. Look how much of a gap there really is there. Haven't really measured it, but just, you know, eyeballing it, just looking at it, it's considerably different. So I'm actually guessing that this is not 39.5 liters like the medium Alice. This might be around a 35-ish. Just guesstimating. Also, some of the other videos mentioned how the webbing is sewn slightly. I mean that there's more fabric here compared to other. I mean, compared to a woodland medium Alice, the webbing isn't in the same spot. But what I want to actually draw your attention to is the pouches. And why did I say I don't like this pack? Because at first I thought, wow, I've got to add this to my collection now. You know, what a find. But then I tried to put a canteen in here. And in this one, in the center pocket, it literally barely fits in there. It just about squeezes in there. See if I can do this with one hand. See, it kind of have to push it in there, though. It will go. I've tried that before. But you really have to push it in there. And it doesn't slide in and out effortlessly like it does on all my other medium Alice packs. Then I tried the same thing on the side pocket, and I just couldn't fit it at all. So to me, that's practically useless. It makes this pack completely useless for my needs, which is such a shame because, I mean, it's such a great looking pack. It's basically a medium woodland Alice, but then it is a little smaller, so I don't really like that. The 40 liter pack, like the medium Alice, is a pretty good size for, you know, like a day's hike or something like that, you know, whereas anything smaller, you know, and most importantly, can't really make use of the pouches, at least for my needs, for my specific needs. And yeah, the pack just feels smaller here at the bottom. Let's compare it to the other guy. You can see right away, guys, that's just a fatter bottom compared to that. You know, look at the length. It takes up entire length, like the entire span of my fingers here, compared to there. That's how much space left over on the right there is. You know, just eyeballing it, but, you know, measuring it is a little hard with one hand, guys. I tried that in the previous video and it was just terrible. So for you know, a more in-depth review, like I said, I checked the links in the description out, and yeah, you'll see other versions of this pack. Most notably, one other YouTuber was mentioning how, look at the finishing touches here. What looks like pretty vivid green here on camera isn't as bright, you know, but it's still definitely a different kind of finishing fabric compared to the more muted color on the medium woodland Alice. This is more of an OD, what looks like almost like coyote on camera, but it's more of an OD, whereas this is more of a vivid ranger green. Also, the shade of tan, as you can see, slightly different compared to the medium woodland Alice. And even the shade of brown is a little bit darker on the radio pack compared to the more earthy brown on the medium woodland Alice. So yeah, just minor differences, guys. But when I saw this pack, one of the major differences is the top flap, which has let me zoom out, sorry guys, which has this flap professionally sewn. You know, it's like a separate piece of fabric that was sewn there, as you can see, guys. You know, with the Velcro and the finishing touches here, the finishing fabric here, you know, just to cover all the ends. And yeah, I mean, it looks so crisp, so nice. Really love it. And look at the inside of the lid. Completely flawless, brand new. Oh, that looks good. Let's see what it says here. See if I can get all of this in the shot. By the way, there it is, Unicor. That's, I think, the brand, I believe, that manufactured this. See if I can zoom in and just, you can pause this on your own terms and read that if you feel like. But yeah, guys, the shoulder straps that I got with it as well, brand new. Shoulder strap Unicor. There we go. And a SEN number. Shoulder straps are really good quality, really chunky. I really like them, and really soft at the same time. But this pack obviously came without the frame. This is my addition to it. But it's just not going to work with this frame, is it? Look at that. It's terrible. Can't, you know, you'll have all this digging in your back. Just really isn't ideal. And last but not least, guys, the main difference, let me just pause the camera and take the sleeping bag out. By the way, this sleeping bag is smaller than the one that I put in there. So let me see if I can get size comparison from afar, as you can see. And this pretty much fits in there just perfectly, and this pretty much fits in there just perfectly, but this is bigger, as you can see. A lot fatter, whereas this is just more circular. And yeah, just by that alone, I realized that this is a smaller pack, unfortunately, and that's just a bit of a shame, you know. Everything about it is just slightly smaller than a standard medium Alice. Okay, let me keep going. One thing I forgot to mention is that the other YouTubers out there that have a radio pack, at least the video that I'm thinking of, had an extra sleeve as well. That, like, it would have the sleeve for the frame, and then it would have another sleeve, you know, made of this same kind of padding that would run the entire span of the pack all the way to the bottom. But in this case, as you can see, it doesn't feature that. So that's another difference compared to at least their pack. Also, this came just like so with the straps, and these, I don't think these have been severed, you know, at least not by anyone done at DIY style. But you know, this looks too too crisp, too clean. So I'm guessing it just comes with, you know, standard like that, you know. And as opposed to, you know, woven through the standard buckles here, or ladder locks, the metal ladder locks on the Alice pack, where it has the little end kind of stitched like so at the very ends, so as to not allow it to slip out of here. So that's another different feature, I suppose. And the last one that I can think of right now is the radio pouch. Let's see if I can get a shot of this. Now, in other videos, they said that the radio pouch is quite big, and in this case as well, it is huge. It can take up almost the entire capacity of the pack. But what we have as well, as you can see, This one's got webbing going across with the standard metal buckle that you would see on an Alice, but it's a strap that basically runs across the radio pouch, as opposed to starting from up here and clipping in here as you would on a standard Alice. And yeah, and it's got like extra buckles and tri-glides and just, I guess, ways to secure your radio that I haven't got a clue, for my purpose, for my needs. I haven't, I just don't have a use for them, basically. Also has these hooks, 2 here, sewn there. Again, just a different feature about this pack that makes it quite unique. And it's such a shame that it's just a bit too small for my needs, because it's such a beautiful pack. It really is. It's basically a medium woodland Alice, but just a bit too small for my needs, unfortunately. Just a bit too small. And yeah, it doesn't really work with the Italian frame. So if anything, I'd have to run it on a standard Alice frame, but then it would just ride way too high and it would just look weird. So again, and most importantly, I can't use it. I can't put canteens in the pouches, so what's the purpose for me there? Unfortunately. What can I say? I just had to make this video just because what I thought was a unicorn, and what probably is still a unicorn, I was extremely excited at first because I thought, wow, unissued condition. But now the more that I look at it, the more I think, wow, if I keep this, it's going to be purely a collectible. But I can't really use it for, for my day hikes anyway. So what a shame is all I can say. But what can I say, guys? I hope you learned something. I hope you found this useful. And definitely check out the other videos that I linked, concerning other models, other variations of this pack. So, yeah, guys. What can I say? Overall, I still think the medium woodland Alice is a better candidate. There's a side-by-side. Obviously, one's full, one's not, but just you can kind of take a look at them, It's this is obviously, it just looks bigger because it is bigger, and not by much, but to a point where it does make a huge difference, at least in my opinion. So what can I say, guys? Was this a deal? Was this a steal? Or was this just another piece of surplus that, is more of a collectible item, I suppose. But when it comes to practicality, it's not as versatile as a medium Alice, as a standard medium Alice. So what can I say, guys? Hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I will see you on the next one.